Welcome yet again to another episode of Women in Business. This is Doreen Kemcha and we are on Smart 24 TV. Now, Women in Business, this is amazing conversations and we cut across, we're pretty varied. We cut across, we have the women that have made it in their spaces, we have those ones that are coming up, and we have those ones that get to be inspired because they are thinking about something or they have started something. So with us today, we want to talk about the unique perspectives in business. And with us, amazing woman, we have Mrs. Rachel Birungi. She is the CEO for Birungi Care Movers and Transporters. We're delighted to have you.
Thank you so much, Doreen. Pleasure to be here.
You are so bold because I've been following what you've been doing. You were in one particular space, a corporate space. You were working comfortably with your money, by the way.
Yes, please.
Monthly money given to you, you've worked hard for it, and then you upped and left and started yours. What happened? Did they irritate you? Was the money little? What happened? How did it start?
I just wanted to do something that would make generational wealth for my children. To be exact, my family.
Yeah. I
grew up in a family where everyone was literally employed. I wanted to be the first person. When someone looks at me and they say, this is something done by Rachel, and it would make me so proud. The fact that I was in office, corporate world, yes, you're assured of money, you're assured of everything, you're sure by 30th they're paying you. But then I wanted something very challenging, that it is end of month, I don't have money. What am I going to do? I need to survive. I have a son, he has to eat, he has to drink, he has a life to live on.
And it's weird. We have more and more young ladies actually coming up with this concept in their mind. It's no longer just let me work, let me get this other job, because in these public service, spaces, you find like there are thousands just clamoring for one job. Then you who is already within that space that others are fighting for, you're just upping and living, but you have this passion, there's this drive behind most of the women that are starting businesses. And it's quite a unique perspective. So when you get to your child, when you had your child, is this when the idea, came up really into your mind and said, you know what, it's not even just about changing the narrative, the generational narrative. I want my son to be able to have more of me at home. I want my son to be able to inherit something. I want my son to be able to be inspired that, you know what, mommy started this. Is it part of it?
Not really. I had this dream at campus. I think I was in second year, last semester. So you know how you finish campus, you don't know what's going on, the country, everyone is employed, people graduated like 7 years ago, they still don't have anything to do. So I sat down, I had a friend of mine, she's called Hope. I sat down, I was like, Hope, what can I do? I need money, I don't like being poor, I don't like asking, I don't like asking.
Begging.
If anything, I just want to be able to have anything and everything I have in my own money. So I told her, I said, I'm going to start up something very bold of me. I said, I want to do movers company. She looked at me, she thought I was mad. Here I am, a second year student. I don't have any money on me, but I told her, this is a dream that I have. I'm going to make it happen. Fast forward, we finished third year. Now you know that period of you're waiting for a job, your exams are done, you're not sure what to do next. I sat, by then my husband, by then my boyfriend, I told him, I want a loan. He looked at me. He said, you want a loan? And do what with it? Okay, fine, you're going to get a loan. How are you going to pay me back? I said, I believe in myself and I want you to believe in me. Give me a loan of 600,000. I want to go to URSB. That's my former workplace. I want to go to URSB and register my company. Which company? I said,
so you had everything figured out.
By the way, I have this weakness. I don't know if it's a weakness or it's a gift or what. Every time I tell someone something, I already have it in my mind. So me telling you, I'm not asking for permission.
You've already set your mind to do
my mind is already set. I'm just actually not telling you, I'm informing you. I'm not asking for permission. I'm not doing anything.
So whether
So whether you say yes or no,
you
whether you
still
give me
do
money
it.
or not,
Yes.
I'm going to, someone else, in some way I'm going to find money and do what I want.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking for permission.
Yeah.
He looked at me, he said, Rachel, you know what? You get the money. You're going to pay me.
Mm-hmm.
This is business.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. We're going to talk about this now. Let's talk about this now. How many women or girls, yes, your age, honestly speaking, have been given money from their significant others or their boyfriends, whatever it is, close friends, and then the relationship is at the front, yes, and then these issues actually give them, that money that has been given to them actually brings issues later on. How many?
Of course, there are very
There are
few.
so many. There are many?
There are very few who actually mean it, like when you ask for 600,000 for business and you actually put it into business. Most people, most girls divert it to hair, to making funny
Other
stuff,
things.
yeah, other things. And yet, when you ask someone, Rachel, you wanted money for business, but 3 months later, I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll ask me, Rachel, but you asked for money for this and this and this. Why weren't you exact? If you needed money to just spend,
I would have told you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm going to give you money,
But you have to pay.
but you're going to pay. Rachel, I'm not changing my statement. You're going to pay.
I'm glad that you started off on that because it showed the seriousness.
Yes.
Eh?
He said, let me trust you. You're going to pay.
Yeah.
I said, yes, I'm going to pay. So I went, there's a friend of mine, I asked him, I need a favor. He said, Rachel, which favor? You're so young for favors. I said, I'm not asking for any favor. All I want is someone to help me make sure my company is registered so fast so that I don't go through so much. So he helped me. I paid the money. 3 days, like in a space of a month, I was done with registration, with clearing everything. So I came back home. He looked at all my documents. He said, wow, up, Rachel, what? I said, yeah, it's here. He looked at me.
So this process of registration and everything that took a month, took like how much? Like how much, estimatedly?
Estimate is like everything.
Yeah.
It didn't cost me so much. Okay, it was affordable for me. Around 500,000.
Okay.
I was done. I registered everything. Now time for, remember I'm doing movers. Now time for transport, getting a car, how people travel. So I went, there's a friend of mine who helped me to do research. I have so many friends. I have so many friends who help me do so many, depending on what I want. So I said, before I do this business, before I invest in money, yes, I'm done registering it. I need to know what goes on in the field. No, our kind of business we help people to relocate, offices, businesses, companies. So I reached out on the streets. I asked random people. I said, if you're moving from, I stay in Namugongo. I said, if you're moving from Namugongo, let's say to Mpelere, how much would you charge me? The person told me it depends on the distance. Oh, the distance is already informed, it's Mpelere. So I'll charge you like 250. I said 250.
You're asking the car owners?
Yes, a friend of mine. He does that business, but not so formal like I do.
Yeah.
He told me 250. I said 250. How do you get clients? I said it depends. Some clients are already on, like they just bump into you. They just say, hello, how are you? I want to go here. Something like that. Now, me, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted something legit.
Yeah.
I wanted you to, of course, now we're in the level of technology. Everything is literally on computers, smartphones, what. So I wanted these clients who are so corporate, the life I've been in,
look for
to
you.
just look for me.
And know that they're going to get this particular service.
Yes. So I asked him, I said, what time do most of your clients approach you? He said, between 5 to 8. So
In the
in the evening. He said, 5 to 8. I said, yes. So what time do you leave? Like, what time do you go back to your home? He told me around 10 p.m. to 11. I said, Jesus, will I handle this business? Now, I went to another client, another person randomly. I just said, hello, do you mind me asking me a few questions? He said, it's okay.
That's you carrying out your
Yes, I was
research
doing some research because of the business I was carrying,
Yeah.
or I was going to do for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I asked, how much do you charge from center let's say to Mukono, how much do you ask from Chira to Gayaza? They kept on telling me different prices.
Yeah.
So
it's like it's someone needs to negotiate. But then just a little bit back, you know why it was like from 7 to 8?
Yes.
You know how people normally.
yeah. So when I remembered 7 to 8, 5 to 9, I said, Jesus, I'm a woman. I got scared. How will I handle? I'm used to being at office at 9 to 5. Then 5 to 9, I said, Jesus, no. I looked for a way of how I can tap into that space of between 8 to 6, mostly during day.
8 in the morning.
Yes, 8 a.m. in the morning, 5 p.m. I realized most of the people are used to evening.
Yes, and this is why I was telling you, I was asking you. I'm very sure that you very well now know why people do so. One, because they don't want people, potential thieves, to know basically what they are carrying.
The biggest reason was security, privacy.
Oh, yes.
People don't want their stuff to be seen. Someone doesn't want, let's say, like there are some clients who tell you, Rachel, I want to move, but I don't even want even my brother to know where I'm going.
Really?
Yes, people are so private. But because we are doing business, we don't even go into their details as to why you're doing as. No, I try to avoid the question of why. Why are you moving? The moment I get a phone call, the moment I check my email and it has Rachel, I want to do business. I want to move on Wednesday 8 in the morning. Are you available between 8 to 10? I just look into my schedule. Yes, I was like, okay, exactly why is this one moving at this time? One of my clients tried to explain to me why they move at night. Told me, okay, she had a reason. Her husband was toxic, so she wanted to look for the time when the guy is not at home and the kids are a bit asleep. She could just put them into the car and they move. She had rented somewhere very private, whereby it's so different. She wanted to use someone whom the husband can hardly think of. Because she had friends who have cars, she just opted for a service, whereby by the time you think of a service, then you've really, really, really done so much research. So she opted to use me. She told me, let me just tell you, but I'm sure my husband won't. In case he asks you of anything, just tell her, I don't know.
Your clients have so many issues, right? They get, I mean, like, they're those ones who are basically hiding. They're those ones who have personal issues that come up. They end up telling you, yes? Yes. Because this is an African, society. So
for someone, yeah. As you're taking someone, you find them crying. You're in the front seat, the lady's crying. You're like, Madam, can we help you? Then she keeps quiet. She just closes her children's eyes. She's like, I don't want my kids to just see me.
Really?
Yes, some people are very, 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 very. I was like, oh my God.
I didn't think of this. I actually didn't think of it.
Yes.
In this space, in this space. But then, at the same time, we were talking about it, that this particular, the movers and the transportation, industry is one whereby the client right now comes to you because they don't want to go through the hassle and the stress, basically. So in one way or another, because they don't want to go through the stress and all these, the complexities, they dump them into your lap.
Yes.
Right? And you get to manage and carry the stress and everything. Have you ever found yourself maybe at one time embroiled in a complex issue like that? Someone is moving in this sort of scenario, a woman moving away from a toxic relationship, and then all of a sudden, the husband comes back. Have you found yourself?
Not yet, but we almost bumped into something like that. It was like 30 minutes to the husband returning.
Yeah.
Was scared. My team was scared. I was pregnant by then. She told me, don't get worried. I'm going to handle it. So I think her neighbor was a friend of hers. Yeah. She told her, when my husband comes, just tell her you are asleep. If he doesn't believe that, tell her I'd gone to see someone. I phoned when I'd already left. I didn't mind. So the husband, I think he kind of tried he kind of started, is that my family? Is that my wife? Is that what? He didn't care. So in that, not being sure, in that confusion, we just proceeded and left. That's how the lady survived.
Oh my God. These are the other sides of business we never get to know. Yeah. And this is, okay, fine. This is a recent business that you started recently.
Yes.
All of a sudden, But why? Why out of all businesses, anyway, did you start this one and not maybe catering, not Sunday? Why out of all
Well,
businesses?
being a woman, I wanted to do something that was less competitive. I wanted to do something that wasn't so much female dominated.
It's true.
I wanted to do something that, even in case you call me for business, you're like, wait a minute, why are you doing this business?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. Why? There are some clients who just give me business because I'm a woman. There are some people who just love my assertiveness. They're like,
Yes.
I've never seen a woman who does this kind of business. For that,
Yes.
come and just help me. They recommend me to their friends like that.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just do something. Because more of my friends were into boutiques, baking, making flowers.
Women dominated,
women
quote unquote.
stuff. Women
dominated,
female-dominated
yes,
businesses.
spaces.
I wanted to do something. I wanted to tap into main areas. These businesses that people think men always do.
Predominantly male.
Yes, I wanted to do something.
Different.
There was an interview I was watching on a certain TV, and the lady cleans iron sheets. She cleans
yes,
faces.
the tiles and everything.
Yes. I watched her interview. She said, everyone looks at me and they just don't believe. People think I'm mad. Why in the whole world am I doing such a business? But
she's happy
I'm
where
okay.
she is.
I'm happy. My family is okay. I don't lack.
Yeah.
I can pay my bills.
And this is the great thing about women in business. In the last episode, we were talking about the enormous opportunities for women, you know, to be able to make a living, to be able to develop themselves and their families and their communities. But I think sometimes the mindset is a particular niche is for women, and women just need to break loose, to try out as many spaces, because trust me, those spaces are welcoming to all women, and there's so many people who are willing to come in and train them, to mentor them, to help them. Now, like for you, this was, you purposely actually went for this particular business because you knew it was predominantly male.
Right.
You know, it was male, and now you have those ones who say, you know what, I want to move, but I'd rather give this to a woman because they know how to take care of things and this is why I want you to stress to the woman that is watching you right now and tell them not to be afraid, to open their minds, enlarge their territories and get into these spaces. Just stress it in just one or few minutes.
Well, every woman, I think I would actually advise every woman to try, first of all, before you make any business, make research. Find out which businesses that are not so female dominated. You know, the reason is there are some clients that trust us because we are a certain gender. There's no, like for us movers, when you're in movers, a person, for example, a man may look at you and she's like, Rachel is going to do she's going to handle my property so well. She's going to take care of my kids so well.
Yeah.
When you're moving with kids, they're like, let me give this business to a lady because she knows women. Men are a bit careless with families.
Yeah.
Men are a bit hard. They are not so polite. My fellow women, please leave your beds.
Yes, and
Leave your beds.
those comfort.
Wake up in the morning in this cold weather and try
Yeah.
and look for a business that is going to surprise everyone in your family.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. Beginning with your workmates, people looked at me and they thought I was crazy. How do I join such a business? They up to date, I still get questions of, Rachel, why are you in this? Rachel. They ask me so much. But I can tell you, I'm happy. I'm not complaining at all.
And they're beginning to see the fruits right now.
And they actually consult me. There are some people who ask me for, Rachel, can I have an hour? You answer like such things. I'm now doing consultancy.
And this is something that just started with a thought, yeah? And knowing the person that you are such a determined young lady, but also obstinate. Once you make up your mind, yes? Trust
me, nothing can stop me.
You won't change.
I'm telling you, even alone cannot stop me. So I'm happy.
That's how, and we're happy for you. Women in business celebrates this boldness, this courage. I call it delicious, you know, because it's very important to talk to other women about what you are doing and what led to it. Because you know what, there are so many women out there who want to start something, but they don't know. Yes, they're thinking about, okay, fine, do I get into decoration? That's women. Should I get into
Boutiques,
catering,
fashion.
boutique, fashion? That's women. Should I get into catering, nail stuff?
It's always good to do something that's not so obvious.
Yeah.
That when you say someone that I do movers and transport, of course they expect a man, but when they see your face, they're like, I need to try her.
Yes. And
some people trust us because of what we do.
People trust
Some people
us.
just give us business because we are bold enough
Yes.
to handle men. Most of my team members are men. I only have one female.
Really?
Yes.
Because you need the muscle.
Yes, I need men to help me carry people's beds, people's fridges, people's sofas, people's stuff. I need men.
Yeah.
They get shocked. They are way older than me.
I know.
Very old.
I know.
And I like the fact that they're actually humble towards me. They say, Madam, what can we do, Madam? Madam, business, Madam, I like the whole fact of they're so humble, and yet they're older than me.
Yes. It
just makes me happy.
It's amazing. High five. It's amazing, and we love this. This is women in business. What is supposed to be a challenge, and this is why we continue to focus on these spaces, on these particular topics, on these particular themes. We want to encourage you women out there. We want to encourage you particular men, brothers, sisters, wives, uncles. Please change your mindset. Change your mindset. The world is there for your taking. There are so many opportunities out there within this country and even outside East Africa, globally, that are waiting for you to first take the step out. And guess what? Just as Birungi is telling us, everyone embraced her for that particular niche that she is bringing to this particular sector as a woman. The care that you have, the attention to detail, the trust, those are particular things that come with our agenda.
Yeah, and
those are the aspects that come with our agenda.
Yeah.
Yes, and the flexibility as well.
Because someone giving you their home, Rachel, come and help me move. I'm leaving Chisasi, I'm going to Gayaza. Someone just gives you keys.
Yes.
They tell me, Rachel, come to office, pick keys, go and pack my stuff. I want to leave at 10. It takes a lot of trust.
Yeah.
Not everyone will just handle you the keys to just go into their homes and pack.
Has it been referral? How do you get to that level of trust? Because people don't trust easily these days.
Yeah, I would say referral.
It has been referral.
Yes, because the very first client I worked on was actually a man. I worked on him, we took his stuff to, that was domestic work. We took his stuff to his home. He saw how we handled his stuff. We packed their stuff in boxes. We have uniform. I think when he looked at how professional we were, he said, I think these people would make, I would trust them with my property. Then fast forward, his sister called me, then his sister's friend, then his friend, like that. So I got so many referrals. They kept on giving me the same business, giving me, like I would be there, I'm working on someone, then the same person, hello, Rachel, I got your number from this person. Then by the time I remember the name of the person, like I worked on him like a year ago.
But business is good. It's amazing right now.
It's very good.
What about, I don't know how it can be framed. In most cases, Ugandans, we want to be there. Let's just say it as it is. We want to be there. I'm thinking about myself like moving. I want to be there because I know which particular thing is where it needs to go. You're mishandling.
You want to watch what is happening.
Exactly.
What am I packing?
Exactly, and how you're packing it.
Yeah.
So you have two categories. You have those ones that basically watch.
Don't mind.
Yes? No, you have those ones that watch
what
the
I'm
entire
doing.
process, and they keep with you, and then, up to the very end. And then you have those ones that will come out and give you the keys and say, you know what, take care of my things, you're professional, get them delivered. Yes?
Yeah.
And, you pack, then you unpack the other side, set it up, and all is good, right?
Yes.
So those are two that you have.
I have to cut. Actually, there are three. The people who tell me, who book early and tell me, Rachel, end of month, I want to move. There are those who just give me their keys. Come to office and pick your keys. There are those, Rachel, I'm moving, please find me here. I'm in my home. I want to move.
It's very good that you started off
Hiring.
formal.
Yeah.
Yes, to me that makes it wonderful because you literally escape some of these complexities of this is happening, I'm not this. It's a very good thing. And we had an episode where we were talking about the legalities for the woman in business, and we encourage women, please, if you've started already, please legalize your business, just formalize it. And then if you haven't and you intend to start your business, please keep that in mind. Keep that in mind and start off on a good note. But before we get back, we're going to be talking about the challenges, number one, especially with that manpower. We're going to be asking you questions. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back.